on an exceptionally hot evening early in July. A young man came out of the garret in which he lodged in S Place and walked slowly, as though in hesitation, towards Gay Bridge. His garret was under the roof of a high, 5-storied house, and was more like a cupboard than a room. He was hopelessly in debt to his landlady. He was crushed by poverty.
I won't attempt to think like that, and I'm frightened by these trifles. Am I capable of that?
He had not far to go. He knew indeed how many steps it was from the gate of his lodging house. Exactly, 730. He went up to a huge house. The young man was very glad to meet none of them, and up the staircase.
If I am so scared now, what would it be if it somehow came to pass what I were really going to do?
There some porters were engaged in moving furniture out of a flat. And so, the fourth floor on this staircase would be untenanted except by the old woman.
That's a good thing anyway.
He rang the bell. In a little while, the door was opened a tiny crack.
Raskolnikov, a student, I came here a month ago.
I remember it, my good sir.
And here, I'm again on the same errand.
What do you want?
I brought something to pawn here.
But the time is up for your last pledge. The month was up the day before yesterday.
I'll bring you the interest for another month. Wait a little.
But that's for me to do as I please, my good sir, to wait or to sell your pledge at once.
How much will you give me for the watch, Alyona Ivanovna? Give me 4 rubles for it. It was my father's.
1.5 rubles and interest in advance.
So she carries the keys in a pocket, all one bond on a steel rod, and there is no key there, 3 times as big as all the others. And there must be strong box.
Here, sir, as we say, 10 kopecks the ruble a month. But for the 2 rubles I lent you before, you owe me now 20 kopecks on the same reckoning in advance. So I must give you 1 ruble and 15 kopecks for the watch.
What? Only 1 ruble and 15 kopecks now? I may bring you something else in a day or two, Alyona Ivanovna, a valuable thing, silver, a cigarette box.
Well, we will talk about it then, sir.
Goodbye. Are you always at home alone? Your sister is not here with you.
What business is she of yours, my good sir?
Oh, no particular, I simply ask. Good day, Alyona Ivanovna.
When he was in the street he cried out,
Oh God, how loathsome it all is.
Looking round, he noticed a tavern. Raskolnikov went down the steps, tormented by a burning thirst. He sat down at a sticky little table. And there was something respectable and like an official. At last, he said loudly and resolutely,
May I venture, honoured sir, to engage you in polite conversation? Marmeladov, such is my name. Have you been in the service?
Now I'm studying.
Honored sir, poverty is not a vice. But beggary, honored sir, beggary is a vice. In poverty, you may still retain your innate nobility of soul. But in beggary, never. No one. Well, there are times when one absolutely must go somewhere. When my own daughter first went out with a yellow ticket, then I had to go. That's why I drink too. I try to find sympathy and feeling in drink. I drink so that I may suffer twice as much. Let us go, sir. Come along with me.
Marmeladov leaned heavily on the young man.
There is the house.
He's drunk it. He's drunk it all. And they're hungry, hungry.
As he went out, Raskolnikov had time to put his hand into his pocket, to snatch up the coppers, and to lay them unnoticed on the window.
What a stupid thing I've done. They have sung it and I want it myself.
Next day, Nastasia, the servant, waked him up.
I have brought you some tea. Praskovia Pavlovna means to complain to the police about you.
To the police? What does she want?
You don't pay her money, and you won't turn out of the room.
I'll go and talk to her today.
One time you used to go out, you say, to teach children. But why is it you do nothing now?
They pay so little for lessons. What's the use of the few coppers?
And you want to get a fortune all at once?
Yes, I want a fortune.
Oh, I forgot. A letter came for you yesterday.
That was from his mother. When Nastasia had gone out, he opened it.
My dear Rodya, what a grief it was to me when I heard that you had given up the university some months ago for want of means to keep yourself, that Dunia has a suitor, and that she has already consented to marry him. He is Pyotr Petrovich Luzin. It is true that he is 45 years old, but he is a very presentable man. Pyotr Petrovich is just setting off for Petersburg, and he wants to open a legal bureau. So, Rodya dear, he may be of the greatest use to you. Dunia and I are to set off for Petersburg. Goodbye, till we meet then. Yours till death, Pulcheria Raskolnikov.
He went out, but he walked, as his habit was, without noticing his way.
Never such a marriage when I'm alive. But what are you going to do to prevent it?
Marmeladov's question came suddenly into his mind.
For every man must have somewhere to turn.
I was going to Razumay.
Razumihin was one of his old comrades at the university.
But what help can he be to me now? I shall go to Razumihin's, of course, but not now. I shall go to him on the next day after it, when it will be over. Good God, can it be? can it be that I shall really take an axe, that I shall strike her on the head? No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.